Hi everyone, this is Sid for BrickNerd.com with a quick review of the Lego Architecture New York City set, set number 21028. I'm not really that big into the architecture series outside of the Frank Lloyd Wright models, and even then I only really have Falling Water and missed out on the Roby House. But as an architecture buff in general, there's actually a theme that I quite enjoy when I can get my hands on some models. I've gotten the first Empire State Building, the Big Ben, like I mentioned, Falling Water, and now we have the New York City skyline, which comprises 5 models in total. A very well done set in my opinion. The first Empire State Building, as I think I mentioned to you, I have it right here. And if you compare the first model to the upgraded version included in set 21028, you can see there is a significant difference in terms of level of detail. As you can see, they're about the same size, actually virtually the same dimensions, only this is truly brick built. Not many tricks here, the jumper plates and the tiles, but that's really it. Let's get to the model that's included in this set. As you can see, a lot of grill tiles, very rare, not very rare, but a rare enough piece in this color. Makes use of the old rocket boosters, good, dating back to the classic space sets. It's got a couple of the right here, the L-shaped tiles, and all those other tricks that really differentiated it from the first Empire State Building, which really was just, I think it was fewer than 80 bricks, and it retailed for $20, and somehow people end up buying it, which is kind of troubling. The cute factor in the set comes courtesy of the Statue of Liberty. As you can see, it is in the middle of a sea, if you will, of transclear 1x1 and 1x2 tiles, meant to represent the waters of New York Harbor. I do wish that instead of taking the trophy microfig, that they had done a version with at least one of its arms raised and maybe wearing a crown, holding a book, so that it could look less like a microfig and more like the Statue of Liberty. But it's a pretty good representation in terms of scale. I believe that's exactly, not exactly, but that's how tall it would be in comparison to the other buildings. We already covered the Empire State, which is given more detail again by the 1x2 grilled tiles, representing the windows. Next up is the Chrysler Building, a very simple and effective build, using a lot of these 1x2 transclear plates pretty cleverly. I actually used to work across the street from this building, and I can tell you that, relatively speaking, this is a fairly faithful representation of it, especially the feature that the Chrysler is most known for besides its Art Deco lobby and exterior, which is the stainless steel spire. This is pearl silver. These are pearl silver, except for this 1x2, or sorry, 2x2 round modified tile over there. Can't really find flat silver, I think is what we call it on a Bricklink. The second smallest building in this set is the Flatiron Building, and that's actually the building I work down the street from now. So I've had the privilege of working and living in New York and actually seeing these for myself. And this building, it's a triangle shape. It looks like an iron, which is why it's called the Flatiron when you look at it head on. As you can see, it's really just stacked one 2x3 and 2x4 wedge plates, but fairly clever. The notches in the side of the wedge plates end up representing some of the windows that you see on the real Flatiron. Obviously at this scale, you know, it's not going to be too accurate, but it's pretty darn good for what looks to be fewer than 30 pieces for a small building. And then the piece de resistance is One World Trade Center. One World Trade in real life is 1,776 feet tall. Feet, not metric system. And is formed on its exterior by 8 isosceles triangles, four pointing down, if you will, and then 4 pointing up and coming to meet as a square at the top and the bottom of the building. At first, it's not immediately clear, but these are sand blue elements, a nice rare color. All for rare colors in Lego. As you can see, pretty cleverly works the isosceles triangle appearance up and down the building. The real One World Trade Center is capped by a dome at the top, not a dome, but, and then of course the controversial antenna, which brings it to 1,776 feet, and you know, a symbolic figure, as folks who know American history know. So overall, darn good set. I'm glad that Lego started doing multiple buildings in the architecture line. I think it, in this case, it makes plenty of sense because, you know, why just get one landmark for a city where that is known for quite a few of them. The other architecture sets in this line include Berlin and Venice, and they look equally lovely as well. And I think they're also going to be reviewed on bricknerd.com. So this retails for $59.99. In my mind, a good buy, considering this cost $20, and you got one building here, $60, and you got 4 buildings and the Microfig Statue of Liberty. So well worth it, especially if you're a fan of city skylines, and there's no better skyline in the world than New York City's, represented in the Lego architecture set number 21028. This is Sid for bricknerd.com. Hope you enjoyed this review.